8. Question 8, answer. Okay, so far I see a lot of correct answers. Correct. $5,700. 5,700 grams. Okay, good. Now, look at the question. Yan had 2 bags of sugar. The mass of sugar in B was 5.7 of that in A. Okay, I want to slow down and explain this particular question. This sentence. Why? Sometimes students don't understand which one is the 5 units, which one is 7 units. They told you the mass of sugar in B was 5 out of 7 of that in A. So for question sentences like that, you must make sure that you know which one is the numerator. Generally, the numerator usually stands for the variable that is in front of the fraction, or is the variable that is described first. Then the denominator is what is being described later. Because why? If you can see 5.7 of that of A becomes like the fraction of the set. So if this is the set, then the denominator will describe the set or the whole, which is 7 units. So from here, you must be able to tell me, okay, I'm going to put a bracket, B is 5U, A is 7U. Okay, the thing here is, I also notice when we mark papers, right, we notice that not a lot of students like to annotate on the question, very clean. But when it's very clean, you tend to sometimes read too fast when you reread the question again. So maybe by indicating like this helps you to actually focus more on what is important in the sentences rather than keep reading the question again and again. And yes, of course, you must read the question again and again, at least 3 times. And every time you read, you must really focus on the keywords. So that's why you need to underline and circle numbers. If you are a person who always transfer wrong answer, please go and circle the numbers. Make sure you don't transfer wrongly. Now, next part. After she added 600 grams of sugar to A and 1.75 kg to B, A had 200 grams less than B. So if you can see, right, this question is actually a special type of question that always happen in prelim, PSLE, in school papers. Is the favorite question that you will see that is tested all the time. It's actually called your BCA, before, change, after. So you can see that, remember we talk about the change. We always talk about the change to find out what remains the same and what change. So if you add 600 grams to A, you add 1.57 kg to B, both quantities change. Then how? What should I do? So this part here makes it easier for you to understand. So if you say both quantities change and they give you the value, so what can you do? So for a question like that, either you can do it by ratio. If ratio method needs to be done, you need to ensure that you have a start ratio, which is the before ratio, and the end ratio. Do you have that? Is it possible to have that? Not true. You don't have that. Because why? They only tell you A has 200 grams less. Now, so is this difference unchanged? So difference unchanged means that the total is unchanged. Is it true that it's unchanged? Not exactly unchanged, because why? There's equal increase to both. So if you draw model, so let's go straight to drawing model, then it's clearer for you to see. So it's not really difference unchanged. Actually, both quantities change. So I'm going to explain which part will remain unchanged. So you see, this is your B. This is your A. So B and A, one is 5 units, one is 7 units. So your A is 7 units. 5, 6, 7. Let me make it shorter. So I can't use ratio method for this, but I can draw model. So once ratio method is not applicable, you just draw model. Then she added 600 grams to sugar to A and 1.75 kg to B. So what I'm going to do here is A plus 600 grams, B plus 1.75 kg. I want to split this up. How? So I want to make 1.75 kg becomes grams first. What is 1.75 kg in grams? Can you all type in the chat? Nobody typing. Thank you. Thank you, Zian. So many people responded. Good. So 1750 grams. So because A increased by 600, right? B increased by this much. I want A and B to increase by the same first. So I will split this to 600 and 1150 grams. Okay, let me tell you why. So I want to make A and B increase by the same amount first, which is here. Okay, so there's a little bit of difference unchanged. So what I'm trying to do here is that I'm trying to make A and B increase the same amount first. Okay, so this is an application question. So you see that this is 600. But because B increased by 1,750, I need to add in the extra 1,150 on the other end. Okay. So this will be your 1150 gram. And look at the question. They did say that A had less in the end, right? So where's the 200? This is the 200 gram that A had less. So, okay, now look carefully. This makes our life easier now. How come? So, okay, maybe for this, okay, if you cannot see, I'll put it outside. Okay, I will put this as 1150 gram. So if I do this already, right, y'all can see these. These are all equal unit. 1U, 1U. Okay, maybe I just put in 1U, 1U. So you are clearer which are the equal units. Because sometimes you may not have the time to make it so proportional during exam.
Diana, your words are...
You can actually, okay,
So
put in an equal unit.
Yes, that's me. Let's go to the palace. I'm tired of school. Wait, first I must give you your crown.
Okay, so 1 unit, and this part here is 200. So what can you do? You can actually find out what is 1 unit. What can I do to find out what is 1 unit? You can see that this part, 1U plus 1U plus 200 gram will give you 1,150. So the first step that we did just now, right, is to take 1750 minus 600. I get 1150. Then now I want to find, okay, 2 units, which is 1150 minus 200. That will give you 950. So once you get 950, you can find 1 unit. Every time when you are solving question, you always try to find what's 1 unit, right? Okay, so go on, 950 divided by 2, 475. Okay, once I'm done with this, I need to find out what did they ask. They asked to find the total mass of sugar in A and B at first. A and B at first, we already know is 5 plus 7. So 5 plus 7 will give you 12 units. Okay, which will give you 475 times 12. And that will give you 5,007. But if you can see that from 2 units, you want to get to 12 units, you can also skip the 1 unit step. You can actually skip this step. You can go straight from 2 units, which is 1150 minus 200. Okay, I repeat this step again. I want to see how many people actually did straight away. So I want to know if you did this straight away, please just put a thumbs up or raise your hand so that I can see how many of you actually did it this way. 950 times 6 will give you 5700. Who actually skipped the step to find 1 unit? Anyone? Okay. Not me. Okay, so I don't see that a lot. Most of you went to find 1 unit lah. Okay, which is fine. So what I'm trying to tell you here that if you can see that from 2 units, you want to get to 12 units, you can also skip the 1 unit part and find straight away 12 units. If not, then just go find 1 unit. It's just keying in the calculator. It wouldn't take you too much of extra time. So the question already say answer in grams. In case they ask you for kilograms, okay, they might ask you to live in kilograms, then your answer would be, if they ask you to live in kilograms, your answer will be 5,007 grams changed to 5.7 kg. Then sometimes they do ask you to leave your answer in kilograms and grams. So what happens when they ask you this? You need to make 5,700 grams into kilogram and grams. That will give you 5 kg and 700 grams. So you need to read the question and see what do they want you to leave your units in. And make sure that in your final answer, please do not leave out the units because every unit they minus half about. Okay, so if they ask for kg, okay, I'll just put a note here. Leave your answer in kilograms. Okay, then this will be the answer. Okay, kg. If they ask you for kilograms and grams, this is your answer. Okay,